Hi friends, my name is Claire and this is my channel, Woodshed Theory. Here, I make content about what it is like to live as an adult on the autism spectrum and whatever else feels good to me. So if that sounds good to you, or if you're feeling particularly gracious today, and I hope that you are, please go ahead and click the subscribe button, ring the bell. I almost forgot to mention that I put out videos a few times a week, so click the like and the share. We got to 10K by the end of the year. Thank you everybody for that. Thank you. Today's video is very simple. As many of you have heard or know from the local, international, words. As many of you may know, Joann has not been in a great financial situation. Lots of people have done videos on this topic. I've been following all of that news. We have a more local to me store than not. It's still going to be a drive. That is one of the stores that is going out of business. Now, I'm going to go today. This is the video. I'm going to go today and check out this closing of a Joann. Why? Well, because from my experience, closeouts aren't always the best deals. And I'm kind of getting the vibe that I'm going to go and the yarn is going to be like 30% off, which is a normal sale at Joann's. And the fabric's going to be 25% off or something, you know, like the normal sales. And then I've been seeing these advertisements all over my feed about how this store is going out of business and their sales. But what are the sales really? And are they sucky sales? Probably. So I'm going to go check it out. Now, I have been to a Joann's closing down sale before, like 15 years ago, maybe. I think I was a senior in high school. I don't remember how long ago that was, but I did remember that was in my local town in Pennsylvania, so I got some fabric at that. But it's been a long time. I don't know what the prices were at that moment. So I'm going to go today, check it out, take you along with me as much as I can. I'll try to get some footage, but if I can't, I'll meet you back here, hopefully with a haul of things and some reporting. I also want to mention that I ordered yarn from Joann on Black Friday, maybe? It was like December 1st, and I'm still waiting for 6 or so skeins to get to my house. So, Joann, I believe in you and I want you to do well. So hopefully today we'll be surprised. And yeah, let's go do some investigative journalism. All right, we made it. It says everything is 40 to 60% off right now. So we'll see. $50% off buttons, 40% off notions. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. It is later in the day. I am back home. I have gone to the closing Joann's, and I have done some damage. Not a ton, a lot. I mean, just business stuff. All right, I did not film very much in the store. I probably could have filmed more. I'm gonna be honest, which I've been told you shouldn't say if you're gonna be honest. To be frank, I got distracted. There was a lot going on. I found an end cap in the back of the store with some yarn on it. And usually that's where the yarn is in the store. And I was like, this is all they have left. A few rolls of, I think it was Bernat Homemaker, Bernat Tweed, like that kind of blanket yarn. And I couldn't find the yarn anywhere else. And I had to use the restroom. So after I got that accomplished, I just forgot everything. As I was like taking in all of the store, about half of the store was empty. And it was pretty busy, but nothing crazy. As far as sales go, they were good. They weren't amazing. And I'll go over a little bit, I'll go over probably some point in this video, better sales you could get at a Joann's is not closing right now. I was able to score some deals. I spent $110 after tax. The subtotal was $99.83. I saved $66.56. So I'm thinking almost everything I got was 40% off. Is 40% off the best deal you can get at a Joann's? Sometimes you can get that 50% off full price coupon, but it doesn't apply to everything. A lot of times you can get the 40% off a full price item coupon. It doesn't apply to everything. I don't think it applies to the big item that I got. So I'll show you that first. Overall, it was a good experience. As far as sewing machines, there was one left open box. I didn't end up getting that. They did have some steam irons left for 40% off. So I absolutely need an iron. I would go grab the iron that I've been using, but it fell off a table a few months ago and it's completely weirdly broken in the back and it's been hard to use. It's functioning, but it's not functional, so it needs to be retired. And I've been looking around for a good iron I could use for my business and for sewing. And this is the Serger Steam Craft Plus iron. And I am so excited because not only is it an iron, a steam iron, but it also has this pointy, let's see if, right. It has a pointy end on it, so you can really get into those corners, make crisp corners when you're sewing. Tap water safe, 1-year warranty, LED display, much nicer than what I've been using for sure. Holds up to 300 milliliters of water, ultra fast heat up, premium grip. The cheapest price I found on these anywhere. And I don't think you could use coupons on these at Joann's, but correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of the Serger appliances that they sell there, the sewing machines, etc., you can't use a coupon on. They have it on sale right now for $49, or maybe it's $39.99, like $40. That's the cheapest place I found it. It's on sale right now at Joann's. Anywhere else, probably $60, $59.99. That's probably the general price you'll be paying. So this one was 40% off, $59.99, and I paid $36 for it, which again is the cheapest I saw it anywhere. I am very excited about this. I can't wait to sew a project and not have my weird, terrible iron anymore. And it's green. Meant to be. Meant to be. Next, we'll go over fabric. I didn't think the fabric was that great of a sale yet. However, home fabric was 50% off, which is a good deal. If you bought 5 whole bolts of the home fabric, it went to 60% off. If you bought trim was 60% off. If you bought 7 full bolts of trim, or whatever was left on the bolt, right, it went to 70% off. Some of the fabric that they had, you could only buy what was on a bolt. They had like a price per the bolt. And then about 70% of the fabric, I'd say, maybe 70% of the fabric, you could still buy per yard, 40% off a yard, but there was a 1 yard minimum. I didn't find any fabric that I was like, wow, what a great deal, considering a lot of times you can get 40% off at the store. Also, the remnants were probably the 40% off and then an additional 50% off. But if you go to a normal Joann's right now, you can get 75% off remnants. And most of it was fleece. I don't need any more fleece. I already did my how to make a fleece blanket video if you want to go look that up. But I did find something that I thought was a great deal. This was a clearance fabric,
and it was clearance for $5.95, and then it was 40% off of the clearance price. So I think I paid, it was $5.97, 3 yards, and in total after the 40% off was $10.75. So thick. First of all, the color is peach, which, so I've heard, is the color of the year, so trendsetter. Sorry about the fake light, unnatural light, bad video quality. I'm on my phone. So this is 3 yards of this knit fabric. It is pretty thick, and it's not actually see-through. I guess you could see the light through it maybe. No, okay. It's fuzzy. And as far as a stretch, it's super stretchy. There's actually a stretch, 4-way stretch. Obviously the horizontal wise, it's a little bit stretchier. The reason I got this, I got all that they had left, was it's very similar to what I've been seeing women wear, like a nude or peach colored set where they have on a midi skirt and like almost a sweatshirt, like a long sleeved sweater out of the same fabric. It looks so chic, and I want to look chic in a comfy fabric, so I thought this would be perfect for that. So I think 3 yards, it's a super wide fabric. I think it's going to be enough to make the shirt and the skirt, and it's going to be so pretty and fuzzy. Can you see how fuzzy it is? A little bit. So that was $10.75. Watch out for me making a video on how to make that set. Thread was 50% off. Not all of that is the best deal ever, because the thread at Habu Labu is 99 cents for 350 yards. And this was still, with the discount, more expensive for that, for less yardage. So I did not buy any of the thread, but I did get some Serger thread. At Habu Labu, the Serger thread that they had is like $4.80, something like that. This was more expensive regularly, but I think it came down to $3.30. So it was a better price. I only got 3 of one color, and they're in the cones for the Serger. 3,000 yards. That's so weird to me. 3,000 yards. So much cheaper. Okay, 3,000 yards for overlock machine, and it's in the color, doesn't say, but it's brown, dark brown. So now I have white, black, and dark brown. I think that brown's going to be really useful because sometimes white's too bright, black is too dark, so brown might be the perfect thing to have. So in total, for $9.90, I was able to get another color of the Serger thread, which I think is a good deal. Then finally, the yarn. So I did find a yarn aisle. They didn't have a ton left. I'd say that the aisle was about 50% full on both sides. There were people shopping and buying things. I had to travel to get there, but people who were local were loading up their carts. It was only 40% off, which you could sometimes get that deal anyway at Joann. Usually I try and like hit up Joann's deals when they're around 55%. If you could get it, like if you like combine store pickup with a sale or something like that. However, my Joann never really has this yarn. I have a few skeins of this yarn from other sales. So I ended up picking up 8 skeins of this. It was $5.39, down from $8.99. And this is the Lion brand Hue and Me Chunky Wool Blend. I have, I think, 1 or 2 of these in this color, and it's the color Saffron. It is so pretty. So I got 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have seen people make the most beautiful blankets out of these, and I haven't done it. I haven't done a blanket. Why? Because it's $8.99 a skein, and that is way too much. When you only get 137 yards of a chunky, bulky weight, making a blanket that will at least be a throw blanket, I'm not paying $100 to make a blanket that's going to be a throw blanket. So I think I'm going to have enough now. And then for like a border color, I got this color, 4 of this color, which is Toast. It's an 80% acrylic, 20% wool blend, which is usually what a wool blend is made up of anyway. So I got Toast and Saffron. I'll have to look and see how many more of these I have. I have at least 1, I believe. So I definitely think there's enough to make a throw blanket, which is what I've been wanting to do because I feel like it would work up fast. It would be fun to work with. So yes, these were $5.49 a piece. $5.39, excuse me. And I got 8 of them. Final thoughts. Is going to a store closing event worth it at a Joann? Yes. I think saving at least 40% off to 60% is a pretty good deal. Now, I believe it had upped to 40% to 60% this week. I think prior to this, it was less percentage off. So the longer the sale goes on, the less inventory they'll have, but the cheaper things will be. I will not be going back because I don't need any more yarn, and I filled my cart up with yarn and then put back a lot of it because I'm more discerning than I used to be. I think my biggest win in general was the steam iron for $35.99 and the fabric for $5.97. Well, it was $5.97 a yard with 40% off. So getting 3 yards for $10.75 is a good deal. What do you think? Have you ever been to a Joann's closing sale? Do you think that that kind of sale is something that you're interested in or should be interested in? I will say I did feel bad for the people in that area who will no longer have a craft store because craft stores are, it's a tough time in the economy and Joann is struggling. So I feel bad that they're going away in that area. Luckily, I'll still have a Joann's to be able to frequent, but it was fun to see what a sale would be like. As I mentioned, I'm tempted to go back when it's even more of a coupon, but you don't get to use any additional coupons. I think you can scan for your smile points, but other than that, you're not getting any crazier deals. So if there's something at the store that you could use your full price 50% off coupon for, I would suggest doing that. Before I go, let's go over how you can save money at a normal Joann's that's not going out of business right now in a big way for the next 2 weeks or so. They're having some better deals than usual. So let me show you that. I think at least for this week, remnants are still 75% off, which is a great deal. 75% off the lowest price. Maybe not as good as the going out of business deal where it was like 50% off the 40%, but depending on the sale, it could be a better deal. Then for the next 2 weeks, they're having a 20% off the red clearance sticker sale, which actually makes some of the yarn clearance that they have an okay deal, better than a deal. You know what I mean? If you shop at Joann's and you shop for their clearance yarn, you know that their clearance yarn is not well priced, and usually it costs more than just getting it on sale. So with the 20% off red stickers, you could probably get yourself a good deal. They didn't have anything I liked this time around, so I just left it. Also, my Joann does not have that great of a yarn section, so the sale stuff is not that great. But the 20% off red sticker clearance, that goes for any red sticker clearance in the store. So that includes red sticker fabrics in the clearance section. It includes notions that are red sticker, anything red sticker in the store. Find those little sections. Those are 20% off the red sticker price. And then finally, the best deal I found in the last chance clearance section, which is usually in there with the clearance fabric. For the next 2 weeks or so, it is 70% off the ticket price. So I think that that's better than some of the clearance prices, to be honest. It's basically the same as the 20% off the red sticker clearance sale, except you've got more of a selection with more yardage. So I did get 2 things from a regular Joann's. Oh, I went to 2 Joann's today. I got 1.5 yards of this shirting fabric. It is so nice, 100% cotton. And I only paid $3 and I think $3.80. Enough to make a really nice blouse. This is not quilting cotton. This is beautiful shirting fabric. It feels like just silk, honestly. It's lightweight. I don't think you can see through it at all. You can't. It's beautiful gray and blues. And for a yard and a half, like $3.80. And normally it was $16.99 a yard. This was all that was left on the skein. So I got, oh, actually, she was very kind to me. So because it was technically last chance is clearance, I guess, it was 70% off and another 20. I'm so confused because it says the sale price was $3.97, which is correct. Oh, wow. Yeah, she really gave me a good deal. So it was 70% off the $16.99, then an additional 20% off because it was a clearance. So it was $3.18 a yard. Then because I got the last half of a yard was the end of the bolt, it was the 70% off and the 20% off, and then 75% off the end of bolt. So the last half a yard was 40 cents. Can't beat that. I think this is a good sale, guys. Go and get that 70% off with the 20% off. Another shirting fabric. This they had, oh, maybe this one was like $15.99 or $15.99 for this one. This one was $16.99. It was a little bit more expensive. They had 3.5 yards. It is the same beautiful 100% cotton shirting fabric. This is enough to make a lovely dress. It is the sage green color with like a coordinating olive green check. Oh, you know I love plaid. This is my jam. The fabric is a clothing fabric, not a quilting fabric. And I cannot wait to make something. This was sage green. They had 3.75 yards. It was on sale for $4.97 a yard and an additional 20% off, which brought it down. So the 3 yards were $11.93 with an additional $2.98 off. And then the end of the bolt, the 0.75 yards, was 75 cents. Okay, so that's the price. $11.93 was with the $2.98 off. And then the last one was with everything 75% off the end of the bolt, 70% off with the 20% off. The 0.75 yards were 75 cents. This one I feel like might be a little bit thicker than this one, but I can't wait to make something for spring. So nice. So I would say you don't need to have a Joann's closing in your area. If you could get fabric, nice fabric for this cheap, way better deal than the 40% off at the store that was closing. Go right now to your clearance / last chance section. Get the last chance fabric that's 70% off, then get the extra 20% off, and then buy the whole bolt and get the last yard off for 75% off that yard. So stack them coupons, baby. Good deal. I hope that this was informative to you. It looks like, as far as I know, right now only 4 Joanns are closing in the country. One of them just happens to be in driving distance from me. Other than that, I don't think there are any other store closures going on, but if I'm wrong, let me know. And again, Joann, we're rooting for you, girl, boy, whoever you are. Please survive. We need you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know if there's a store closing near you. Let me know if you've gotten any good sales lately, and I will see you next time. Bye.